Ladies and gentlemen, we can go ahead and pour one out for another phase of the MCU. Yes, in case you didn't know, because very few people did, Phase 5 has in fact officially ended. If we could just simply have a moment of silence. No, actually, I don't care, because all of it was absolute garbage. At least one of the movies ended up making a lot of money. Okay, Deadpool and Wolverine, but how many people look back on that fondly? Yeah, exactly. It was the exact same thing with Phase 4. Was that a part of the multiverse saga? I think it was, kind of. So is Phase 6 gonna act like Phase 3? And at this point in time, who even cares with these arbitrary little notches in time? Because, bro, from when everything was first announced, specifically with like Phase 4 and Phase 5, it looked markedly different than what ultimately ended up becoming of Phase 4 and Phase 5. Because Black Widow wasn't supposed to kick everything off. And we're right now supposed to be months after the release of Avengers Kang Dynasty. Like, I can't believe everybody's forgot that movie that just came out. I mean, come on, I can't believe how quickly we have an Avengers film come out, and it's just so swiftly out of the cultural zeitgeist. But I jest. But that was supposed to, That was supposed to mark the end of Phase 4 at one point in time. But what did that? Black Panther, Wakanda Forever? And it's hilarious. What marked the end of Phase 5? Well, you know it, I know it, we all know it. But in a couple weeks' time, nobody's going to remember it. That would be Ironheart. Funny how that stuff ends up working out, okay? Instead of having an Avengers film, you can just have the BET equivalent. So I guess that really does put Riri Williams on quite an illustrious pedestal. She has seen the end of the two most inconsequential, superfluous, and destructive sagas in Marvel history. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, Ironheart episodes 4 through 6 just dropped Tuesday night. Yeah, and I've been hearing a few reviews on it, and bro, it's just pants on head stupid if we're gonna keep it a buck. And I got a couple of clips before we get into the reviews, mostly because I think that it's very important to mark some of this stuff. Because okay, cool, you have Ironheart, and she's, I don't know, repurposed that first suit that she got from the Wakandans, but she wasn't allowed to work with the Wakandans anymore. That's alright, it doesn't really have to make sense. But now she's taken on Zeke Stane, right? Obadiah Stane's long lost son, played by not Han Solo, who's a complete and total bitch. But it's interesting, right? Because he's just a normal guy, right? Okay, I don't think we really need sound for this one, but as you can see here, okay, so yeah, he's obviously, okay, he gets knocked back into some cases. Everything's all well and good so far, but as you can see right here, why she can move like that, I think it's interesting, okay? But then, yeah, all of a sudden, he wants to use some flumpy powers, and she, fucking twats this guy in the face with a headbutt, and he's no worse for wear. I mean, what are we doing out here? That might not break your suspension of disbelief. That's fine. We've seen goofy things before, but yeah. Then he also, doesn't he get thrown into some stuff after this? Or am I waiting for something else? But, I think we already seen it, right? But God, that logo on her chest is just so fucking pathetic. I don't like it at all whatsoever. But yeah, then you have blacks and lesbians having a fight inside of a restaurant. It's like, do you have zero self-awareness this time around? And some of this shit looks so bad, man. It's like, who choreographed the fighting? Like, maybe they, like, okay, did you see that? Okay, she puts one of the blood siblings, oh god, on timeout by stuffing a White Castle burger down her throat. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? This shit's ass, okay? But okay, cool, they're in an empty like, what the fuck? Okay, throwing shit at okay, when she throws another one of these big boots, that's like the hallmark of really shitty Marvel writing. Oh my god. And fries up. What were you even trying to do right there with the fry bucket? Okay, like, I don't want to hit you, but I also want to hit you. And then she punches the fry bucket instead of getting the fuck out of the way. Oh my god, this shit's so stupid. Like, what do we... oh my god, it gets nowhere close. Like, look at that punch. It's... there's something to be said about pulling your punches, but, that is nowhere close. Okay, yeah. Anyways, what do we... Okay, and then, yeah, that... hits you with a fire extinguisher and just keeps on going. No damage at all whatsoever. Yeah, gets twatted again and totally fine. No worse for wear at all. It should have, I don't know, tried to drown them with ketchup bottles, but even more this, well, yeah, the music, I don't need to play it, but yeah, as you can see, it's like the choreographed action scenes in these haven't exactly been inspiring confidence that Marvel can really turn it around. But don't worry, guys, it's just what the fuck, even, push that guy up in the air and knocked him to the ground. It's just, okay, cool. Yeah, and please do stop the Asian hate. But hey, it's all right. It's all right if Ironheart sucks, because The Godfather back in 1974, you had Sonny Corleone really pull his punch like that. Even though the actual, because it's been a minute since I've watched The Godfather, and I do have to rectify that. But the way that this scene is framed, like, that is very much in the background. There's a much, like, this is very much pulled in on this one. But yeah, the VFX department, this is something that I definitely highlighted back, and I just thought maybe, I'll try to give you the benefit of the doubt. The clip that I showed, it was a part of a GIF, but the way that the suit just kind of conforms to Riri, it's a hallmark of Marvel post Endgame. Well, actually post the introduction of nanotech helmets. It's very floopy, man. Okay, like that symbiote suit in Raimi's Spider-Man, and especially, the one that goes over Eric Foreman in Spider-Man 3. That looks more believable than whatever the fuck we're doing out here. But no, guys, it's all good because Mephisto is here. Yeah, we got Sacha Baron Cohen, which is, it's very interesting how on the nose a lot of the storytelling is in this show. You bring in a Jewish actor to play the devil. Interesting. I don't know exactly what you're trying to say here, but when you hear from the creatives, well, you can hear exactly what they're trying to do. So about Mephisto specifically, okay, this is talking to Ryan Coogler, the executive producer, right? Like he's the most important thing about this entire project. This is why it didn't get canned, because we have Ryan Coogler, and you love Ryan Coogler because he's the guy who did Sinners, and it's interesting, right? Because we just got information on this that the costumes worn by the extras in Sinners were originally made for the Blade film. What? Marvel Studios sold all the costumes for the production behind to the production team behind Sinners. So yeah, tell me again how the Blade movie is still definitely in production. Marvel definitely has faith in that. And also, no. All the plans for Blade weren't scuttled because of what Ryan Coogler was trying to do with Sinners. Yeah, definitely don't tell me that wasn't the case at all. But going back to what he had to say about Mephisto, okay, specifically, I just absolutely love that we're not meeting him in, places that make sense, WandaVision or Agatha all along. You're meeting him through this stressed out young black genius. Oh my god, even in the interview, she has to get glazed. Fuck right off. When you watch the show, it's like, oh, that was how you were going to meet him. It wasn't going to be in Loki. Well, actually, nothing in Loki makes sense. I was going to say, it wouldn't really make sense if he's over there manipulating the TVA. I don't know. Wonder if we're ever going to hear from them again. Maybe in Doomsday, because they have to reconcile Loki being the time tree. None of this makes sense for most people, because either A, you didn't watch Loki season 2, or B, you totally forgot about it. But anyways, that's the trickster. That's how he works. That's where he's going to be, in a pizza shop in Chicago. Like, where you would absolutely never expect him. Yet trying to make because Riri Williams, such a young, talented black genius. That's why at the end of the show, spoilers, nobody cares though, she ends up making a deal with Mephisto. And I got this wrong because I need to stop listening to scoopers beforehand, because the thing that actually did happen, I got most of it right. Well, actually, from the scooper that I heard it from, he got most of it right. But yeah, Riri ends up making a deal with the devil to bring back her AI, Natalie, right? Ends up bringing her back. So it's ostensibly a soul for a soul deal, but it's actually dumber than that, because the young black genius, okay, she ends up making a deal with Mephisto to bring back the AI. Okay, not resurrect Natalie. Okay, just bring back the AI. She's fucking retarded, but no, young black genius, right? But yeah, let's just glaze over some of this review, because I've only heard bullet points, and let's see how dumb this shit gets. Okay, so Riri's criminal friends turn on her, and we're supposed to feel bad. Yeah, no, okay. But this is just karma on a platter. Tangent here for a second. I've talked to you guys, right? If you've been watching some of the video game videos that I put out recently, I'm trudging the way through Final Fantasy 16, and at this point in time, it's getting real tough, man. I've been sneaking away a couple of hours here and there to be able to play it, and fuck, I just went through one point where it was supposed to, just climax into this big crescendo with this one character who ostensibly instigates the entire plot to transpire the way that it does. and I'm supposed to not root for them to take care of matters by themselves. I'm also supposed to feel bad for this individual because something happens to somebody that they care about. I want to be very vague just in case you either want to play the game or if I want to do something more with this, because I think the way that it's working out right now, oh my god, man, like it's a struggle. Okay, interesting things might be happening now, but I guess this is a bit of a spoiler. I just fought Bahamut in space, and it was one of the dumbest, most fucking get over with it moments that you are likely to ever experience. Just an on-rail shooter that is just fucking devoid of any meaning. Like, oh wow, you're cycling through all of the iconic Bahamut attacks, and this is supposed to be grandiose because there's a choir in the background and you're in space. But I just couldn't get over the fact that this is a Final Fantasy game, okay? Everything else has the aesthetics of the medieval times, and you're a burnt cookie with neon wings fighting a dragon in atmosphere. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? This shit is so fucking dumb. But yeah, it's just that cognitive dissonance, okay? They want you to feel a certain way, but the way that they presented it, it's just like, hey, you know this thing, you know traditional writing, these are bad guys now, you should feel bad for fighting you should like the things that you're presenting, and we presented these people as bad guys, and you should, you know, like the good guys because the protagonist is the good guy and they're taking on bad guys now. And it's like, well, you haven't set them up, you haven't properly characterized them as being good guys, you've just simply slapped a name tag on them saying, hi, I'm the protagonist. What the fuck am I supposed to cheer for that? You know, she lied, manipulated, used people, and now the consequences have arrived. Characters tell her flat out that she's selfish and wrong, but Riri never truly owns it. Oh yeah, and for all those fucking brain surgeons that were out there before saying that, excuse me, your media literacy needs to be refreshed because clearly you don't understand that they're clearly setting her up for a character arc to go on. Spoilers, she doesn't. She's great the entire time, and everybody else just needs to realize her genius. This greedy, self-absorbed, solipsistic bitch is fucking amazing, and you gotta deal with it. But yes, Zeke Stain, the nerdy white guy Riri exploited for 3 episodes, ends up in jail thanks for a blackmail. Oh, wow. She offers a lukewarm my bad and seems shocked when he's furious with her. He should be. She ruined his life. Zeke becomes a villain, sort of, because he is in the comic book. See? Oh my god, so comic book accurate. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, I remember the things from the comic book. Yeah, show me your long boxes. After getting sprung from prison by the Hood, he gets turned into what only can be described as a bootleg ironmonger with electric powers. Yeah, we've seen some of that before, but Riri, because she's a black genius, she can go ahead and handle him very, very easily. Yeah, Riri, yeah, as you can see, kicked him in the nuts. Millions of dollars of upgrades, and no one thought to give the guy an armored cup. Yeah, exactly. But oh wow, this is retarded. Riri builds her final suit out of a car, just any old car. Like, there was a link between an old car that her and her stepdad used to work on. Like, they couldn't do anything with that. Like, okay. So her new armor, yeah, it runs on magic because this hasn't become stupid enough. Literal black girl magic. Lol. Her mom conveniently knows the sorceress from Carmitage and her daughter, who wave their hands and zap the suit full of blood juice. Fucking what? The result, the Natalie AI vanishes for some reason. I beg your pardon? Because magic has a price or something. Yeah, exactly, because it's magic. It's evil magic. And then, yes, the grand finale, the Ironheart finale. Yes, Mephisto appears. Sacha Baron Cohen makes his long-awaited debut as the literal devil. And what does Riri do? Fight him? Nah. She sells her soul to him because she's she's a black genius after all. No big battle, no showdown, just straight up sells. Does a soul trade to bring back her dead best friend. No, the AI version of her dead best friend. But yeah, man, there's a reason that Marvel, Disney, whoever decided to just plop this out in two separate blocks right ahead of Jurassic World, Superman, and the Fantastic Four. That's why they decided to draw this arbitrary line of demarcation. That this is going to be the end of Phase 5. We're going to start taking things seriously for Phase 6 because, oh boy, we have such great things on the horizon. Like, yes, Fantastic Four, then an animated Wakanda show because we need to go ahead and glaze those racists a little bit more. And then after that, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2, because season 1 was so fantastic with Norman Osborn. I'm somewhat of a black man myself. 2 Avengers movies, a Spider-Man movie that's going to have the Punisher and Savage Hulk getting mind controlled, maybe by Mephisto, maybe by somebody who could pique my interest, or who knows, maybe these will just all be vanity projects, and Phase 6 will end with the first Avengers movie. Secret Wars is coming out in, I don't know, 2028, or maybe before the heat death of the universe, where we end up with the first Avengers film fucking bombing and Marvel actually having to do a hard reset. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.